In this video, we're going to look at the first component of Pro Video Blueprint, which is knowing your viewer or prospect. Now this may be old hat to some, but I want to make sure we're all on a level playing field. Plus, getting this information correct will save you a ton of future headaches. Now make sure you do your own research. Making presumptions always ends up costing you money one way or another. Market or niche research isn't hard or time consuming if you know what you're looking for. There's 6 core questions we need to answer. However, I've provided a worksheet that will make this process very quick and simple. Completing the worksheet actually means your finger is on the pulse of that niche, which is exactly what you want to do. So first, let's look at the 6 core questions. Question number 1 is, what are their greatest fears? And when you're answering these questions, you want to provide more than one. Try to get 3 to 5 at least. The second is, what are their greatest causes of frustration? What are their sources of anger or rage? What are they desperate for? Do they speak their own language? Do they use acronyms? And what's the final solution, i.e. the end game that they picture in their mind? What's their ideal outcome? Now let's go back and look at some examples. I'll actually provide you the research data that I collected for making this product, Pro Video Blueprint. And the niche that I researched was actually the internet marketing niche, which is obviously something we're all a part of. So let's take a look at the answers to those questions. So number 1, what are their greatest fears? Looking or sounding silly on video, the video not working, the video actually hurting conversions, and putting yourself out there can be scary, because once you do a video and you record voiceover, you're out there, it's out there, and people can be critical of it, or people can laugh at it, and those are common fears that a lot of people have, and they're understandable. What are the greatest causes of frustration? So information overload, not getting results, product after product that doesn't deliver, and shiny gimmicks and tricks. What are their sources of anger? $2,000 product launch after product launch, expensive products that don't deliver, and change in general. What are they desperate for? A system, not a fad. Videos that convert and can be created cheaply, which is, again, with something we're going to look at. A lot of these videos you can make yourself very inexpensively, and even the really high-end 3D animation videos that you're seeing a lot of now can be completely outsourced for under $100. I mean, really, you could get one done for 60, 70 bucks, but we'll talk about that. I digress. Okay, next, do they speak their own language? And for the internet marketing niche, you know, SEO, conversion, EPC, PPC, squeeze page, ad swaps, it's all lingo. Obviously, if someone was selling a product and they didn't use the right terminology, it would sound kind of fishy. It would sound kind of weird. So be careful about that. Don't assume if you're targeting a beginner or the quote-unquote newbie market, don't assume that they know a certain language. So again, you'll find this out when you do your research. So don't use terminology that's above your prospect's head, but also make sure you're using the right terms so you don't kind of stick out like a sore thumb. That's basically the point I want to make. Next, the final scenario that they picture in their mind, and making an awesome video that converts well and looking like a pro, not an amateur. And that's the whole goal of this, and that's I think the end goal for anyone who's interested in video marketing or making video sales letters. I think the end goal for everybody is that it looks cool, it looks awesome, people like it, it converts, which means it makes you money, and you look like a pro, not an amateur. So that's kind of the answers to the 6 core questions. Just wanted to give you those samples. I'm going to provide this whole mind map to you. So again, download Free Mind and you can go through it and you can look at it, and it's good to reference. So the next thing I just wanted to hammer home was use the worksheets that have been provided. I've provided some checklists and some worksheets, and I didn't provide them just for the sake of providing them. If you use them, you'll find that a lot of the questions you may have, and a lot of the questions you may have about structure and what you're supposed to do when, will be answered if you follow those worksheets. So let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look at the prospect worksheet. So this is it right here. It's 2 pages long, and it circles around those 6 core questions we just answered, but there's more to it. So it's kind of it breaks it down a little bit more. It gets a little bit more detailed than just those 6 questions. It's an excellent thing to complete and have handy. If you do fill it out and you answer it, you'll find that a lot of the information will become second nature. So make sure you fill out the sheet. That's all I'm saying. Now, where to research? Where are you supposed to go to get this information? And it's not as hard as you may think, and it's not as brutal as a lot of people make it sound. Niche research does not have to be painful, and it can be actually pretty quick too. So the places that I like to go, there's 3 key places. First of all, forums are your friend. Just remember that. Forums are your friend. You will get the best information, the quickest, and it's the most reliable finding niche-related forums. And I'll show you a quick way how you can search for those. So that's number 1. Forums are number 1. And number 2, answers. You can find a ton of information on there, and I know that seems to have been overplayed, but the reason that people always are saying to use it is because it works. And if you actually go through it and you take your time and you research, you will find some incredible information. You'll find some incredible product ideas there. Forget about just market niche research. You'll actually find some incredible ideas to create products and whatnot. But anyways, the next is Google. Google is your friend as well. Google your keyword plus forum, or any other ideas, or ask questions. Type a question, a niche related question, into Google, and you'll find that the answers sometimes lead to sites that just have plentiful amounts of information. So let's take a look. So the first one is Big Boards. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but Big Boards is basically I guess you could call it an aggregator for all the large forums. I'm talking monster forums. These aren't just like big forums, kind of like the size of Warrior Forum, that kind of size, like huge size. You can see right here on their homepage, number 1 is Gaia. Oh, so that's Japanese anime, but look at the posts and members. Look at the members. How many is that? What is that, 2 million? Oh no, 26 million. Yeah, 26,400,000. That's crazy. So I guess if you're in the anime niche, that would be an absolute must. But that's just one. You can see, number 19, bodybuilding. Bodybuilding.com. What is that? 34 million? Oh no, 3 million. 3,400,000 members. That's massive too. So if you're in the bodybuilding niche, you're probably already a member there. But it's got a search feature as well, and it's got an index. So come here, enter their search, and enter a keyword. So just say we were doing, I don't know, golf. And there you go. It's gonna pull up, and if the forum comes up in their search, that means it's a pretty big forum. So this is good information to check out. These are good sources to check out, because chances are they're a pretty active, large forum. So if you have a very specific niche, or if you think it's very specific and you can't find a lot of information or a lot of market research on it, go to a place like this and an aggregator, and it'll find what's out there for you. So that's the first place. Next place, it says Yahoo Answers, but let's go to forum search. Forum search is kind of like Big Boards. And again, if we type golf, it's going to be the same sort of thing, and it's searching. I think this actually searches all forums, not just large forums. Big Boards is more large membership type forums, whereas I think this is more a mix of everything. So you may want to even start here. I know I've used forum search quite a bit with success, and I've found quite a few very useful websites. So I would recommend definitely trying that out. Next on the list is, of course, Yahoo Answers. I'm not even going to go into this very much, because I think everybody, or most people, have used it before, and if you haven't used it before, it's super simple to use, so we won't waste a lot of time on here. And then the last is just Google. Google keyword plus forum. If nothing else, just remember that. Google to Google keyword plus forum, if nothing else. And you'll find tons of information. More than enough information to answer those 6 core questions. And if you are able to answer the prospect profile worksheet, and you get all the answers to that, you definitely have your finger on the pulse and you can proceed to the next step.